Hello, my name is Hermann Kelly. I'm president of the Irish Freedom Party, and I'd like to talk about the huge decline and problems in the Irish health service. Now, in the last year, up until April of this year, Irish immigration to Australia has doubled. Over 10,000 Irish people went to Australia in the last year. That's 126% more than the year previous. And why is that? Let's look at some of the reasons. In October of last year, the HSE announced a recruitment freeze on doctors and nurses and midwives in Ireland. At the same time, would you believe, they were continuing to recruit nurses, midwives and junior doctors abroad. Is it any wonder that 14,000 nurses and midwives who are educated in Ireland have left Ireland to work in other health services abroad? And would you believe, half of the registered nurses that we have in Ireland were educated abroad? There are currently 80,000 nurses and midwives currently working in Ireland. And when we look at new registrations, the majority of new nurse registrants, it's 257, only 1,500 of them were qualified in Ireland. 4,500 were qualified outside the EU, mainly India. Isn't that incredible? That even in 2017, 42% of doctors working in Ireland were non-nationals. And the last time I looked, there are over 4,000 Irish doctors qualified in Ireland working abroad. So it's not that we are short of well-qualified doctors, nurses and midwives. Career progression for medical staff in Ireland is very, very poor. Why would the doctors stay here when they can go to Australia? They can get better pay, less hours and better lifestyle. They can get up before going to work and they go for a swim in the sea and they love it. What we need in Ireland is that nurses, midwives and doctors are better paid, they have better contracts, they have more security. There's plenty of Irish staff if the HSE wants them, but it's easier for the HSE to take staff from abroad, give them per contracts and take them into Ireland. At the same time, Irish people who don't want to live with per contracts, inability to get a house, and they prefer, well, if I go abroad, I can get better pay, better contract, better conditions, I can get myself a house. It's a better proposition, isn't it? The HSE, since between 2001 and 2010, recruited 12,000 nurses from abroad. So the HSE is happy to give jobs to nurses. It seems it just doesn't want Irish nurses and midwives. 12,000 nurses, that cost over 90 million euro in recruitment fees. And I must say, taking in all these non-Irish national doctors from all around the world, now Ireland has very high medical training standards. That's not the same for many of the doctors who are recruited from abroad. The standards in their universities are not the same as in Ireland. And would you believe, since 2008 till 2023, 83% of all medical misconduct cases before the Irish Medical Council were all non-national, non-Irish doctors. So it shouldn't surprise us that there are more problems just in language, never mind in medical training, because of the standards of the universities that they come out of. Our solution for the HSE is that the HSE offer to well-trained Irish doctors and nurses and midwives proper contracts with proper pay and proper conditions to make it worth their while to stay in Ireland and make it less attractive to go abroad. We are not dependent on, and we have no need to be dependent on foreign doctors and nurses, while we have a huge number of well-qualified doctors, nurses and midwives in Ireland to draw on. The problem is that the HSE must give Irish doctors and nurses proper pay, proper contracts and proper conditions. There must be better career progression paths available to Irish medical workers. Just a constant pattern happening across so many sectors in Ireland, that Irish people are being treated as second-class citizens in their own country, and that non-Irish nationals are being given preference. They are prioritised. For example, look at the social welfare thing, that if you come in the minute you say a refugee or asylum seeker, you get free welfare, free medical care, free accommodation and free legal aid. But if you're an Irish person, you're means tested for all of these. So we're treated like second-class citizens in our own country, and you know what? We've had enough. We need to move towards a situation where Irish people, the Irish state, is created for the benefit of Irish people, and that we get priority in our own country, that we can stay here and our children can stay here, because we're sick of being treated as paddy last in Ireland itself. So over and out from myself, I'll be running as a candidate for the Irish Freedom Party in County Louth, and I would ask for your support. Go to Margaret.